Hey guys, thanks for going on this nerd journey with me. If you want your episodes ad-free, go to makemeanerd.com/join and hit that button.
Hooked on you, baby, you're golden. Time moves, I never noticed. Just can't get enough. Got me wonderstruck.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Make Me a Nerd. I'm Mandy Kaplan, a mainstream mom whose mission it is to explore the world of nerd culture that I've been missing out on and afraid of my whole life. I am very, very, very happy. I'm going to get right to her. This is a dear friend and somebody I admire very much. She is one funny motherfucker. She is an actress, a writer, a content creator extraordinaire, currently working on a new animated series that is in development, and she can't say more than that. Everybody, new to Make Me a Nerd, it's my pal, Kelly Vrooman.
Hi, everybody. Mandy has called out that you will be hearing children in the background. I thought I was in a quiet spot, and she was like, I hear kids.
Well, we started with you at a strip club, which I thought was such an odd place to record a podcast.
But that's where I'm most comfortable, as you know.
Yeah.
I'm most comfortable around nudity, not my own. I'm never nude, but other people's nudity. But yeah, it was too loud there. And so you said, go back home to your house. And that's where I am.
So there, you know, and look, we're talking about Bluey. We're talking about a kids program. So it is okay if we hear kids squealing and playing in the background. I'm all for it.
Good.
Of course,
good.
I'm in my soundproof dungeon. But
yeah, you are.
I'm a professional.
So and you sound so good. Oh, yeah, you're a professional. I'm just barely hanging on by a thread.
Well, let's talk a little bit about all your background, because you have a background in children's TV.
Yeah.
If you could tell the fine people.
Yeah. So I got my first real job in the entertainment biz after doing storytelling for historic Philadelphia, was working for a kids TV show that was on the Sprout Network, which was a combination of Henson stuff, PBS stuff, and Comcast. They built this preschool network, and then that became an NBC network. So this was far before I was a mom myself. I was becoming an absolute specialist in how to communicate and talk to children and entertain them, but also how to make them feel heard and celebrated through a TV screen.
And what was the name of the show? Because you worked with puppets, right?
Yeah, that show was called The Sunny Side Up Show. And then that was a live morning show where I would come on with this chicken sidekick puppet and talk about the shows that the kids were watching that morning. We were basically an interstitial. And then that got so popular that we did a spinoff that was a multicam sitcom for preschoolers where I worked at a costume shop run by the chicken puppet family.
Of course you did.
Uh-huh.
I don't think of you as a nerd per se. You are not. No. Are you a sci-fi fantasy person?
No, Mandy. In fact, when you were like, do you want to come on Make Me a Nerd? I was like, I don't know what I could make you a nerd about, because I have also always been afraid of the tightness of the culture of people who are like, I love Star Wars. I love Star Trek. I love nerd stuff. I'm always like, I don't understand it and I'm scared of it. And then you challenged me. You're like, well, is there anything that you'd be like shocked if someone hasn't seen it yet? And you're like, live and breathe it. And I was like, nerddom is not just about the traditional nerd stuff.
Yeah, not anymore. It ain't.
It goes outside of live action role playing and sci-fi. And yeah, so for me, the things that I am right now very nerdy about, or especially because of my background with kid stuff, but is the entertainment my own children watch and the entertainment I watch with my own children. The thing that we all enjoy most consistently together is Bluey.
I like that you're calling them my own children. Like you're not watching with other children. You're watching with my own children.
Mandy, because for so long I was talking to children that are not my children. Like I used to crack jokes like, can I write off a million children on my taxes? Like
as your dependents? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because I had relationships with all these kids. And now that I have my own children, I often refer to them as that, because so often my relationship to children was other people's children.
This is all possessive and creepy. Go ahead.
You are my Mandy Kaplan. I hope everyone knows it.
I am your own. I I'd heard of Bluey. And what the only thing I had heard about it, which I thought made it great for Make Me a Nerd, is that there are so many adults who watch it without kids and are obsessively in love with it. And it's become a worldwide phenomenon. So tell us what Bluey is.
So Bluey is a show created by an Australian man who, to my understanding, which I guess I should have been if I were a true nerd, I would have been like, and his name is, and his children's names are, and they're all, this is their
No,
life.
we don't know their children's names, Kelly. We'll get there.
Oh, that's right. We don't know their children's names, his children's names. That's right. But basically it was created by this one dude who writes all the episodes.
Joe Brum.
Joe Brum. Thank you so much.
You're so
Writes
welcome.
all of it. He is so good at storytelling and hitting both the child's experience as a child, living their imagination, being crazy, and the parent's experience of living alongside that and having it be both life-giving and life-taking to a parent. And so it, as a parent or as an adult, you can watch it and laugh. And if you don't have kids, be like, ha ha ha, ha, that's funny and cute. And also I'm glad I'm not them. But as a parent with children, which is what a parent is. A parent is a person with children. I just feel like we need
Make
to
Me a
establish
Nerd
that.
is educational as well as entertaining. So thank you.
Right. That's right. You can watch it and be like, oh my gosh, how fun. There's an episode, Mandy, man, I should have had you watch this episode, but there's an episode where it is clearly taking place after mom and dad had gotten really drunk the night before. Drunk. Okay. They were wasted the night before. It's the morning after like New Year's or something. And they are so drunk and they don't want to play with the kids. And so they keep trying to pawn off the kids on each other. And they're like, no, and they're just hungover the entire episode. And it's never said. You just, if you know, you know. And there is a show that like the most conservative, sweetest of people are watching and loving. And the two parents, and we're all saying these parents are amazing parents, and they're trashed, right? Or not trashed. I guess they're they're hungover. So they were trashed the night before. But man, yeah, it's just, it's really freeing.
Well, I didn't know what to expect because when I had heard of Bluey, I heard of it because Casey got pajama bottoms as a gift and they had Bluey all over them. And I said, what is that? And he said, it's Bluey. And he said, it's a kid's cartoon show. And I said, like Blue's Clues, are they calling Blue's Clues Bluey now? Blue's Clues, I guess, before your time for your kids.
No, Blue's. Oh yeah, it was before my kids, but they were on some of their later episodes when I was doing my kids' show. So I knew it well. We had some director crossover.
Loved Blue's Clues when Casey was 2 and 3. So I was very confused for a little while, and then I figured it out. And I had no idea what to expect. And it is instantly, it's like being coated in caramel that is sugar-free and cannot make you gain weight, and you can eat it and bathe in it. And it's warm and comforting and funny and light. And I love it so much.
Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy.
But if you don't love it, you don't have a soul.
That is right. We have to shame anyone who doesn't love Bluey.
The opinions expressed on Make Me a Nerd are not those of True Story FM. That's just Mandy being a dick. But yeah, if you're going to watch Bluey and not be moved and not be charmed, just fuck off.
I think some of the charm of it also comes from its innocence and its meaning its innocent creation. Like it's this guy who made it. It's not Disney forcing us to like something. They acquired it. It's not their brainchild. They don't get to claim it as their creation. I hope, dude, I don't know what Joe Brum's contracts are like, but I hope every bit of merchandising is his own. I hope they own and are making $0 on any of it.
Well, isn't it done? They made 3 seasons and now it's done, right? Or are they making more?
I don't know. I don't know if they're making more. I know that in the final season, they did use some AI to age down the girls' voices because they had already started to get, I mean, it's still, they did not do AI voices. I want to be clear about that. Right. They used it to age down the girls' voices. So I don't know. I don't know if he's just no longer interested or moving on to another project. I don't know, but gosh, I would love if they make more. But we say 3 seasons. Seasons now to so many people mean 10 episodes.
Right.
I think each one of their seasons has at least 20 something.
Well, they're also, I wonder why they're only 9 minutes rather than putting
Yeah.
2 stories together and making a half-hour show. It's a weird.
Well, and maybe they do if it's being played. I mean, so when we've been traveling and have been on vacation, we've played it on the Disney Channel in hotels and just on linear. And they would put them back to back. They play it way too often because they know people love it. It's like, you play your favorite thing over and over.
Yeah. So the opening credits are simply Mom, Dad, Bluey, and Bingo. And they just say, like, I'm not going to do an Australian accent because it's tragic. But, this is Dad. This is Mom. This is Bingo. This is Bluey.
Mandy, I'll be a nerd about it. They don't even say this is. It literally just goes.
Dad.
Mom. Mom is first and then Dad. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then it just goes Dad and then Bingo. But what it is it's a game of freeze dance.
Mm-hmm.
And just whoever keeps dancing gets out and they call their name. And that's what the intro is.
And it's 2D, simple, adorable animation.
Mm-hmm.
No CG, no 3D. It's just comforting.
And here's another super nerd thing. Oh, I'm proud of myself. It was animated on the ones. So a lot of animation will be animated 2 frames per, I guess, I don't know, panel board. So like every time a person is moving, there's 2 frames of them in this pose before they move on to the next pose. And that's 2 frames for this. They do it on the ones, which helps to make it look really fluid and natural, even though it's 2D.
Why wouldn't everyone do it like that?
It's a lot more expensive. That's more. So it's then you're doing between frames between all of this rather than going from here to here to here. They go here, 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 here.
She's everybody. No one can see this, Kelly.
Shoot!
She's doing interpretive dance of what on the ones means, and she's showing me with her hands and her body, and it's spectacular. But nobody can see it. But
basically, yes. But the point is, I guess if I were to use my words to describe it, if you're moving your arm from all the way down by your side to all the way up in your head, Bluey will use twice as many boards, which is what it's called, like boards to get to that position. So they just have more of a fluid movement. It's half as jaggedy as most other animation.
Great.
Mainstream animation. Yeah.
And I think even before the opening credits, this starts with Dad playing the piano on his kids. Like he lays them down on his lap and he's playing them. And I was immediately taken because I used to do that.
I bet you did.
Every part of Casey's body made a different sound. So we would call it Casey Symphony. And he would lay down. I mean, he'll hate me for saying this, but until he was like 5, he would lay down and say, play the Casey Symphony. And we would pick a piece of music and he would giggle and squirm. And it was exactly like it was on Bluey.
That's gotta feel so good.
I'm literally the best mom in the world.
This confirms it. Joe Brown confirmed it.
So you don't care enough about your kids to play xylophone on them?
Oh, I do all the time.
Oh, okay.
But I've also had Bluey most of the time I've been a parent. So I don't know.
Which came first?
What came first, Kelly or Bluey? Yeah. It's pretty wild. But every episode does that. Every episode starts with some interesting, fun, or just a problem being presented, and then they give you the title, and then the episode goes. But oftentimes the title is something that seems like an inside joke that kind of makes you go, ooh, I wonder what this is going to be about.
Oh, well, this one wasn't. This was Magic Xylophone.
Magic Xylophone right off the top.
And even announcing the title is cute. They just, they shout it out. This dad is so devoted to his kids and to their sense of play and fun. And it's so heartwarming and inspiring. I know you are that kind of parent. I would like to think I'm that kind of parent. And I wonder what it's like if you're a parent who's like, what the hell is he doing? Why isn't he watching the game? Why isn't he on his phone? It's like, I know not every parent is like that.
Well, and sometimes, Mandy, he is watching the game and
Right.
on his
Well,
phone
we
and
get
or
there. Yeah.
right, we get there.
Yeah.
But especially in that first season, that was kind of a complaint, and it's not like I've read a ton of articles that people have written giving commentary on Bluey, but that was something is people like, well, this is setting a standard I'll never be able to live up to.
Right.
And Joe Brum's response was, they're dogs. Dogs love to play. Like,
Mhm.
I'm setting this show in a world in, first of all, it's a cartoon, but also they're dogs. That's part of what their inherent character is, unless you're a real shitty dog or
Right.
useless dog. But I have found it for myself, even though I am a parent like you who enjoys fun and enjoys creativity and playtime, knowing, I guess I've been inspired by it to be even a little more playful or to go a little longer or say, all right, I'll do this one more time.
I
When
will put the
before I
phone
would have,
away. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. That's incredible. What a testament to this show. If it's inspired parents to just play a little longer or
Yes.
give complete attention.
Yes.
Ugh.
And I think that's done that for a ton of families. And when you think of like, oh, okay, well, how can we influence the youth of today? What can we do? Just a dude created a show about a family that loves being together and asking questions and being honest and real and just showing up, and it's never preachy. It gets sentimental, but it's never preachy. And you just go, you can't be an executive sitting high up in an office going, how do we make a lot of money? Let's do, like, this can't come from that.
Right.
It just can't.
Hallelujah. And the message of this episode is this is the sharing episode.
Ooh,
Do I
okay.
have that correct? The xylophone, like they each want a turn,
Oh,
and
yes,
Bluey
yes.
won't give the xylophone to Bingo, and then she gets upset.
Mhm.
I'm curious what your kids think, because the message is quite heavy-handed in these
Oh, sure.
episodes. It's like, are you getting it? We're
Mhm.
teaching you something important, kids. If you're not getting it, we're going to remind you and drill it in again. Do your kids come away? Has it provoked any conversations? I'm just curious, has one of your kids ever said, remember on Bluey, they have to take turns, or,
They haven't said it, but I've been able to reference Bluey. There's one episode where Bingo keeps interrupting. One of them keeps interrupting, and the dad is talking and says, you know what, I want to hear what you have to say, but sometimes adults need to have a conversation with someone else. Here's something you can do. You can put your hand on me, and then I'll touch your hand so you know I know, and I'll come to you as soon as I'm done talking. So that's a thing I've referenced to keep. Now, of course, Bluey didn't do it correctly, and the dad celebrated the part she did well and then helped to guide her even further along. And I know that sounds boring for anybody watching. Like, that sounds like a boring episode. There was tons of entertainment happening around that moment. It was part of a really fun thing. But
there were strippers.
There were strippers. Exactly, which is why I love this show.
Yes.
So that's the thing I've referenced. Like, because, I don't know, did Casey interrupt you a lot when he was little?
Yes, but I did something like that. It wasn't put your hand on me, but it was like, you need to wait. You say my name. I hear you. You need to wait. I have a huge pet peeve calling out all the parents, and there are a lot of them. You're in an adult conversation. What, baby? What?
Ugh.
Mommy's talking. What is it you need? Right? And you're like, no, what? Now you're teaching your child whatever their needs are. They're more important than anybody else's. And it's okay to ask them to wait. Right? Not an hour.
Yeah.
But just let me finish what I'm saying with my friend here, and then I'm going to address whatever your needs are. It's
and
important.
I can acknowledge I've heard you, and that can mean something to you. And now you still have to wait. Patience, man. Patience is so hard, though. I know it is.
We really are the best parents in the
But
world.
we are the best parents.
So are you going to judge me if I tell you I didn't understand the plot of the episode?
Of the
xylophone episode?
Magic xylophone?
Is it really magic? Or is
No.
Dad pretending?
Oh, Mandy, this is such a good. Okay, so that's another thing that Bluey does is they make the mom and dad play along so hard with stuff that they make the magic created they treat it like it's real. So the show, I don't know that the show ever commits, or that Joe Brum ever was like, no, it's just always pretend. They just commit so hard it's pretend. Because there are episodes that get so crazy. There's one called Magic where Bluey teaches Bingo how to force mom and dad to play with them by using magic. And at first, Bingo comes out and goes, yeah, and tries to she does like a magic hand up to her dad. And he goes, what's going on with you, Bingo? You're lost in the head or something? He like insults his kids all the time in like really funny, cute Australian ways. Like, you know, like, you lose your marbles. What are you doing? And she goes, yeah. And then Bingo goes, she's using magic. And he goes, oh. And then for the rest of the episode, no matter where he is, when she makes that hand, he's controlled by it. So it's kind of a combo of like what's real, what's not. Regardless, the commitment to the play is full on.
It's wonderful. And the kids can they can freeze time if they hit the magic xylophone, and dad freezes, and then they can freeze each other. And that's when I got, honestly, I'm like an idiot. This is made for 3-year-olds. And I was like, I'm confused. Does it really possess magic, or is this the kids committing the way their parents commit?
I think it's the kids committing. The kids' imagination. Here's something I'm finding with my children, because they are of this age group. They're 3 and 5 right now. That they like, I can't tell what they know is actually real or what is not. I can't tell. If I commit to a thing, I think they believe it. But I sometimes, at least my 5-year-old, will see her. Sometimes it just seems like she is like, oh my gosh, that is true. There are fairies that live in our yard. And then other times I think I see a little wink or a little twinkle behind her eye. I can't tell. And I think the show does.
That's the cocaine.
It's the well, she does a lot of coke.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That twinkle. That's what you're seeing.
So when she does a lot of coke, she knows I'm truly magic. No, I think the show does a really good job of capturing that, like, the childhood whimsy. There's kids aren't going, do I look like a loser doing this? Kids are just like, man, I'm doing this.
Yes. They are fully committed to the play. And then in the next episode, season 1, episode 43, camping, they are so fully committed to the friendship. They make a new friend whose name I never quite got. He's French.
Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc. Ugh, I don't like him.
By the way, for the listeners, Jean-Luc is a cute little like black lab puppy or something, and Mandy's choosing not to like an adorable little cartoon black lab.
Well, you know why, Kelly? Because Jean-Luc captures Bluey's heart. They become best friends on a camping trip, and then Jean-Luc skips out without saying goodbye.
Never says goodbye. Now that being
said,
I don't
Irish goodbye.
I don't know if he knew where her tent was. They were on opposite. They only ever met at the river.
So where were they having sex?
Oh no, doggy style.
Hello. Yeah, this episode was so emotional for me
because that's why I gave it to you to watch. I wanted you to see an emotional one, because
it's like when my parents described picking me up from summer camp at the end of the summer, 6 weeks theater camp.
You went
Chelsea Hall summer theater camp
for 6 weeks. You were gone.
At a boarding school from ages 10 to 15. They would have to physically drag me. We wouldn't sleep all night because we didn't want to waste a minute with our friends. And then my parents would pull up and I would be like, no, I can't leave my friends. And the tears. And I would get home and, can I write letters to all my friends? Can I call my friends? And this was back in like long distance days. Like, yes, but only for 10 minutes, you know. And I have such a problem saying goodbye. It gets me very emotional. And seeing Bluey have that same problem, it
broke your heart.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I would be giving you PTSD.
No, that's okay. But first of all, it's such a lovely look at camping. I wrote, this almost makes me want to go camping. Damn you, Kelly.
I know you're not a camper, which maybe is another reason I subconsciously made you watch this one.
Right.
Yeah.
But I love how mom explains that people come into our lives and it's good and we can always remember them and love them. But It's so sad
It is.
for
And
Bluey.
the way they show, so to the basic plot is that the family goes camping. I think Bluey is bored or is kind of like, what do I do? And she's wandering and comes across this other kid who's camping. And then the other kid speaks only French. Bluey speaks only Australian, but they can't communicate with words. And yet they play together and create their own adventure. And even at one point find a seed as part of their adventure and plant it. And then one morning Bluey wakes up and Jean-Luc is gone and the tent is gone. And this friend she had created a whole world with is now just gone. And what do you do with that information?
Dick.
And yeah.
He's such a dick.
Yeah. So then, spoiler alert, y'all. Bluey comes back, her family comes back years and years and years later, and they show this by staying on the place where the seed was planted and just watching it grow into a tree. Then we hear, Bluey, almost dinner, or whatever. And she's like, I know, Mom, just a minute. And she comes walking over to the tree. And that's when we hear, Bluey. And it's freaking Jean-Luc has also come back. And I have chills right now just thinking of it. And it's in a 7-minute episode.
Yeah.
That this beautiful story of friendship across language barriers and cultures, loss, and then reconnection is told, blew me away.
And well, when he says, Bluey, and she kicks him in the balls, which was my favorite part.
That was the fan fiction you're writing. That's the fan fiction.
I might. Bluey fan fiction. That's pretty nerdy and that's pretty fantastic.
That is. Ooh.
I
bet people have perverted it online. I bet there's perverted stuff.
Probably.
I mean, not that I've ever thought anything perverted about him, but I definitely have a crush on Banjo, the dad.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He's just so fun and so playful. Also, he's like, and Chili. I mean, he's also, Chili is just such a delight. I think both of them are like totally hot.
So you're thinking threesome?
I'm thinking of threesome. Me, Chili, and Banjo.
All right. I didn't know we were going to make it so sexy, but look what we've done.
Nerddom just took a twist.
So this is where, in this episode, I was so enamored with the acting. So I started looking up on IMDb, who are these actors? And they're not known to me because they're Australian. And I don't know if they're famous Australian actors. I have no idea. I would doubt it because it's like a little animated thing for, tiny kids. But I'm looking and looking, and I wrote, Kelly, who are the voices of the kids? There's no credits.
Right.
And then I found out there are no, it says, the anonymity is a deliberate choice by the producers to protect the children from the potential pressures of fame and allow them to have normal childhoods.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear that, Disney? America would never do this.
No. I mean, I guess
stunning.
Because there's always you could always, if a child says, I would like you to release my name, I would like to be able to use that experience and to be
when
able
they're 18,
to get my next job or whatever. Yeah, then they could. And who knows, it might not still get them their next thing. But I can't imagine anybody was like, thank you for this money. Now, man, I also wish I could have a stalker.
Right. And a drug problem. And
yeah, I would love to have a drug problem.
Yeah.
Are they his children?
That it says they're kids of the producers.
Yeah.
So it's my guess that they're Joe Blum's kids. Mm-hmm. But there is they really kept them anonymous.
Is any of the other casting released of any of the other children?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Calypso. I didn't meet Calypso.
Calypso's the
she
teacher.
Looks young. Oh,
she's the teacher, and she talks like this. She's so calm.
Frisky. That looks like could be a kid. I don't know.
I think Frisky is another mom.
Oh, well then I don't know what I'm talking about. You have IMDb. Why didn't you do it?
I have a bad problem where I'm like, I should look this up. How about you look this up? It's a constant thing I'm asking my husband to do, and it is not fair.
Well, I tell you what, while you look this up,
Yes.
I'm going to get my business out of the way right in the middle of the episode. So I'm going to tell everybody that Make Me a Nerd is a production of True Story FM, engineering and production by the peerless Pete Wright. My theme song is Wonderstruck by Jane and the Boy. And if you want to find me on socials, I'm on Instagram at Mandy_Kaplan_Clavens, both with K's. I'm on TikTok now at Mandy Miscast. It's very exciting. Please, if you're listening on Apple Podcast, hit 5 stars and leave a review and let me know what you think. Make suggestions of stuff you want me to try. I love hearing from you, and the more reviews and the more stars, the more it helps my podcast grow. If you are feeling extra supportive, please go to makemeanerd.com/join. Hitting that button will get you your episodes ad-free and early. I think that's all my business. Okay. What I want to talk about before we cover the last episode that we did is why I think this caught fire, this show.
Oh, I want to hear it.
Well, I heard people say it was so comforting and calming and soothing that it had that Bob Ross effect, which people would, just watch him and listen to him talk, which I think turned into ASMR, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that's one thing. Adults maybe just thought, oh, I'll just put on Bluey and close my eyes and it'll comfort me. But also, it is a panacea for our world being just as tragic and upsetting and violent and scary as it is. Mm-hmm. And here's this thing that comes along that can make us feel hope again, make us feel calm and happy consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that that's the reason this show just became a worldwide phenomenon? Or do you think I'm crazy giving it too much credit?
I definitely don't think you're crazy. I think excellence, and you used the word consistent, when something is consistent in what it puts out and its excellence in whatever way that is, I think it's always going to rise to the top. Would this have gone around the world so hard, so fast? Maybe not. But I like to think it would have somehow become known. I mean, honestly, also the fact that it got streamed and picked up by freaking Disney was a huge, as much as we can poo-poo them too, they can that's a huge platform. And if they choose to grace you with their approval, that can be a huge launching point too, but they're also not going to pick up something that's not phenomenal.
Right.
No, I definitely don't think you're crazy.
I just, as a parent, when you have little ones in this world right now, there's a lot, we're not going to dive in, but how do you explain some of these things to your beautiful 3 and 5-year-old? Right? I'm sure they hear things or know things and so to have this, like, hey, we have to have a hard talk, but then let's put on Bluey and feel better about the world for 9 minutes. I just imagine parents need it, kids need it, and it feels medicinal to me.
It does. It feels like a family medicine.
Mm-hmm.
It like, because it feels good, but also it's something everyone can enjoy. And, when you have super little kids and you're just in such different, like you and Casey now get to be able to do so many of the same things together. And both of you are like enjoying a lot of the same things and not at very different level. I mean, you're at very different levels, but do you know what I mean?
Not really.
Like, he's so, he can come and enter your world so easily now that there's still a lot of work for either to bring the kids up to our world or for us to go over to their world. It's just, there's a huge chasm there between it. And Bluey bridges that.
Yeah.
And it's medicinal when you're looking for family time.
Yeah. And there's, it has that Sesame Street magic. And I've talked about this on my podcast quite a bit. There are jokes for just the parents and jokes for just the kids and then jokes for everybody. It's really appealing to all generations and speeds so that it keeps everybody equally entertained and sometimes for different reasons. You know, I don't know that the kids are picking up on that dad really wants to watch the football game he's watching and doesn't want to play with the kids in that moment. But, you know, the kids are probably just like, oh, dad's busy. Who cares? Ask him again.
Yeah.
Right. But
In this
for the parents, we're like, oh.
You're referencing the last episode that I asked you to watch where dad is, he just wants to watch a race. He's like, the Aussie guy's actually doing really well. And the kids are like, well, we want to play together. And he's like, okay, I can do it while watching the game. I can go in and out of the game. And so Bingo wants to play house with dolls that she's created out of putting tennis balls into beer koozies.
It's hilarious. And she keeps saying, like, I had another baby. I had another baby. And she just keeps producing these kids. It's so funny.
And at one point he goes, wow, you keep popping those out, don't you? Or like, man, Bingo, you got to slow down.
Yeah. Oh, and Bingo. So she wants to play house. And yet she's stressed about all the bottles I have to wash. Like, rather than play house in a fun way, she's knee deep in chores and errands and housework. It's hilarious.
Yeah, with real parents. Because also there's, I mean, in it, the kid asks, the whole episode begins with the kid being like, Mom, what is being a parent like? And she's like, I don't know. Good question. And then all the chaos happens. By the end of the episode, their dad is curled up in the fetal position on the kitchen floor while his one child is shooting a bunch of balls at him. The other child is like, where are all my babies? And she goes, hey, that's what being a parent's like.
Yeah. I wrote, there seems to be quite a bit of LGBTQ plus representation on the series, not in these 3 episodes we saw. But I looked it up that they, in fact, have characters that seem to be of that world.
Oh, yeah. It just, in general, it feels so inclusive. They don't really get into adults. They don't blatantly say anything, but somebody will say a thing or someone will do a thing, and it's just like a one-off whatever. It feels so inclusive that I think maybe you can miss it if you are not yourself an inclusive person hoping for those things. I think you probably don't even realize, because again, they're not heavy-handing it. But they also show like a single dad. Like there's an episode where like a single dad who this little cute little pug dog is like, yeah, when I go to my dad's house, he's lonely, but he has a pool. But I want to know, when you research it, which characters did they say were LGBT? Because now I'm like, why didn't I pick up? It
says in the season 3 finale, a supporting character named Pretzel the Chihuahua mentions having 2 moms when discussing his pet guinea pig.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a lot of representation, though.
No, that's not a lot of representation. Not at all. But also,
and then there's all these headlines. Did Bluey introduce its first gay couple? Like there seems to be some stuff.
No, you for sure see parents that are of the same sex, like picking up a kid from school.
Great.
Yeah, I think the most of the parents are either single parents or parents in traditional marriages. But then you also have like one girl, Indy, her mom is just such a hippie. I don't think we ever see Indy's dad. So who knows what her mom is.
They could have killed him.
They might have killed him she's in a cult. Yeah. For sure killed him.
You actually answered this, but I wrote, these parents are perfect. Have your kids ever accused you of falling short because of them?
No.
No, because you're good.
I'm good and it's helped, but it's also, I mean, I think they also see it's a show. You know what? I wonder, I feel like maybe my daughter's been like, Bluey's dad did that. And I what's cool though, was able to use it as a moment. You know what? Yes, this did happen. She said Bluey's dad would do that. And I was just able to be like, I know, but that's a cartoon. And to be able to teach the difference between real life and entertainment. Yeah. And she just accepted it real quick. Was like, oh, yeah, okay. Oh, also, did you see the real jobs of the parents?
No.
Dad is basically a bone digging archaeologist, like a dog that like sniffs out bones. And the mom, I'm pretty sure, is a bomb sniffing dog.
Wow. Intense.
Just real dog jobs, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm tempted to say, go get Keaton and let me ask her why she likes the show.
Ugh.
Would she want to talk
Ugh.
about it or no?
Let me go get her.
Okay.
Will it pause? Can you edit this silence out while okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
So my 5-year-old is quite shy, but she's coming in. However, my 3-year-old.
Yes, I hear him. Bring
here.
it on. What do you like about Bluey?
I like the funny one that says wah 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 wah.
That's what Dad says?
Yeah, no.
Who's
The polka dot one.
Oh, okay. I
That
didn't get to
says
see
wah
him.
wah wah wah.
That's
Does
a Dalmatian.
Bluey make you laugh a lot? The show?
Yeah.
Does Bluey ever make you Wait, Crosby, does Bluey ever make you feel sad? The show? No? That's good.
Yeah, I always do like this. Wah wah wah.
Great.
We really enjoy playing with Bluey. Who's your favorite character on Bluey?
Yeah, Bingo always turns into a bucket ghost. Like this.
Oh.
Wah wah.
Bingo, there's an episode where they are going to try to sell the house and the girls want to sabotage it and they're just pretending. Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
it's like Step Brothers.
yes.
Did you
And
see Step Brothers, Crosby?
have you seen Step Brothers?
Oh yeah.
You do?
Oh, yeah?
Here you go.
Thank you. You
Mom.
can, what?
What is this little girl?
That's Mandy's picture. What is this little girl?
Yeah.
This little girl.
That's Mandy, a different picture. That's for her podcast. That's the image for her podcast.
Mom, look.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do like this.
Okay.
Wah, wah,
Well,
wah.
we've invited in the monster.
No problem. Well, I'm glad we got a kid's perspective of Bluey. That's
I think what he was getting at is that it gives them
I want some water.
creative ideas for play. Like kids
Yeah.
can play any day, all day long, but there's also so many fun ideas that the show does that the kids naturally go, oh, I would like to play Ghost Basket.
right. I love it. Well, we just did a podcast, and Crosby, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts in your truck.
You're welcome.
How do you like the colors on my truck?
I love them. I love bright colors.
Oh, and do you like white colors?
I like all colors. And
And
I like all
I
vegetables. Deal with that.
Blue colors.
Blue is your favorite color, isn't it?
Even
Also,
I like blue and purple.
Excellent choices. Bye.
okay,
See this
can you go back? Did you see this, Mandy? He's asking you and saying your name. Did you see this, Mandy?
Oh, God. I could eat my screen. Okay, Kelly.
I also love one more pitch for Bluey.
Yes.
Bluey and her sister are both girls, and they have
Right.
2 cousins who are also girls. The fact that the 4 main female girl characters are all girls and nobody's going, I want more boy representation, is crazy cool.
And it doesn't matter to Crosby because they're
No.
kids and they're getting into trouble or they're having fun or they're being silly. And that's what he wants.
It's a genderless adventure that happens. Or it's not dependent on defining anything.
Right. I love it. I love it and I love you. And I want you to tell the people where they can find you because you are a genius. And
Oh, thank you, Mandy.
I truly admire all the content you create. Where can they find it?
Well, you can find me on the socials at Kelly Vrooms, where I dramatically act and sing the real things my kids say. And then I'm also starting a fun but practical parenting series on YouTube. You can find me with my name at Kelly Vrooman, Vrooman, or at Kelly Vrooms on YouTube.
I need to admit to everybody that I mispronounced your name for years because you say Kelly Vrooms, and then it's like, and then one day, years into our friendship, you were like, it's actually pronounced Vrooman,
But that's
and I
when-
felt like a turd.
No, because there are friends I've known 20 years longer than you who still I've never told. I think it's I trust you. I love you. I'm planning to keep you in my life. I need to come out to Mandy about my name.
This is a good place to break up with all those other people if you want to let them have it.
I'll do it by name. I've got a list.
Yes. We'll put them in the show notes. Pete will put a link to your YouTube in the show notes because he's amazing. And thank you so much for doing this and nerding out about something so needed right now. We all need Bluey.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Until next time.